Hello, everybody. Lord Magic is here. And yeah, we're going to play more Merfolk in Modern. I promised we would. This is probably going to be like the only day for the next week where I'm going to be able to guarantee I have 2 hours uninterrupted to do this. So, doing it. We're doing it today. Oh, I'm just getting over being sick for the past few days, so you have to bear with me. But yeah, we're gonna go and give Modern the Merfolk crunch again. It's gonna be a fun time. So, all right, got our deck box here. Fishies. Yeah, beautiful. All right, let me make this just a little bit smaller so we can actually see all the cards. Yeah. So we're all right. There we go. That's good. Yeah, okay. So Tuckstav is the one who suggested we play something like this last week, and I actually really liked it because Cenote Scout I thought in particular was like a really good card, and I want to play with this more. So we're gonna give it another go. The only change that I have made is I have cut one of the Tidebinders in order to add one Mistbinder, which lowers the curve just a little bit more and puts a little bit more pressure on the opponents. So that's it. 74 out of the 75 cards are the same. Yeah, it's a 4 versus a 3 flip. That's it. Everything I don't know, everything else like seemed like we have what we need to do to win. So, we're going to give it a go. But yeah, no, we have lots of things to do at 1 mana and almost everything else at 2, and then Tidebinder at 3 is just very powerful if it comes in at the right time. So, with this kind of list at 18 lands, I think we probably only want to cast this one time in a game instead of casting it multiple times. So I would rather cast multiple Mistbinders, I think, than have to cast multiple Tidebinders. This puts a little bit more pressure on the opponent. So that's the plan. We're just leaning a little bit harder in that direction. And then, yeah, we can swap out stuff for sideboard as we go through each match. So that's it. That's what we're doing. Let's go and give it another run through a league. All right. Yeah. Got my hot cocoa here that's keeping me afloat. Let me put the chat on here. There we go. We have lost the die roll. So, off to the races again with aggressive Simic fishies. I always like playing these kind of lists because, yeah, you don't have to think too hard about it. You just play things as fast as you can and hope that you can just beat the opponent before it matters. So, the opponent seems to be taking a long time to figure out what they're doing. All right. Fuck. All right. We only have one land here. The thing is, if this was a Cenote Scout, I would probably keep this hand, but I am not sure that I want to keep this with just one land and it not being a Scout. So if I don't draw that second land, I'm probably going to lose the game. I'm going to mulligan. This is much better. I'm going to keep this. Um, honestly, like, this is this is pretty good. I don't even know what to put back here. This could probably find us another land. I mean, we can go like Aether Vial and then Vial and Scout. It can find us another land, and then we can hopefully play a Lord. And we might do this like during the upkeep as well. So I'm going to put back the Sanctum. I'm going to gamble on this. Pendelhaven. Oh, okay, that's not great. So this means this is probably Yawgmoth. Well, we need to be... Oh, well, we have another land anyway, so everything is fine. I guess it's technically possible this might be relevant, so I guess we're just going to play this. All right. We are going to attack for 1. It looks to me like maybe they have Orcish Bowmasters up here. Nope, they're just going to play Wall of Roots. Okay. It's fine with me. Alright, well, they are tapped out here, so I think, yeah, I'm going to set the stop for my turn. What? Oh, here. Do that because I want to do this before I draw, because if I want to control what I'm going to explore here. Okay, well, we found a land off of this, so it's fine. Whoops. I definitely should have not clicked through that. I guess we weren't attacking anyway, so yeah, it doesn't really matter here. We didn't really miss anything. I think playing an Island Walk Lord matters, but playing Hexcatcher could. But if they have Bowmasters, it's going to be really bad. So I guess I'm just going to play the Mistbinder. It's the least important thing. Because I need to play a Lord now while they're tapped out, so this doesn't die to a Bowmasters. That's why. And then hopefully I can just play like 2 Lords and then just like start pounding them before and pressuring their life total before Yawgmoth becomes a huge threat to us. And I'm probably going to put the Hexcatcher in play. What I'll do is activate Vial, and if they don't do anything in response to it, because they might be inclined to use Chord of Calling. Oh, that's bad. Yeah, if they like respond to me activating Vial, with I can always flash in Hexcatcher, so that's pretty good. So these are both going to be 4/4s when I attack, so anything they block with is not going to matter. Like, yeah. They can block with a Wall of Roots and protect it, I guess, but no, like they can't. It doesn't affect them. Yeah, they can pump this up, but it's not going to help, so. The Tide Shaper we're probably going to need to save for next turn. So does playing the Otawara matter here? I don't know if it does. Alright, I'm going to... So I want to see if they have Chord of Calling right now. Because if they do, like, they might try to use it, and then Hexcatcher can counter it. Whereas next turn, we can potentially just Tide Shaper and then attack for like a bajillion Island Walk and hopefully win the game that way. Mm. So yeah, no, like any like none of their stuff is big enough to like not die to this. So yeah, that's fine. They take 4. I mean, that's not an insignificant amount of damage. I'll play this just so that maybe they think we have like Spell Pierce or something up. So we're basically looking for them not to play like Yawgmoth right now. They're at 2, because like if they don't have anything else, we are going to kill them next turn. They surveilled away a Cauldron. Ugh. Cutthroat, I mean, that's not great. Okay. They might actually just be dead. Okay, I'm not gonna take this up. Let's see. All right, we gotta win. We beat Yawgmoth in game 1. That was fucking great. Okay. Can we do it again? All right, I'm not exactly sure what the best way to beat them is going to be. I think Spell Pierce is probably not great. I mean, it hits the Court of Callings, but I think the Subtleties and the Spreading Seas are going to be probably better here. And I think we probably want Dismembers. Yeah, restrict their mana. Yeah, like exactly. So that's why we need to kill off like the mana dorks, I think, and keep like the important stuff off the board. I don't feel like Spell Pierce is going to be that good. Uh, my second life is now coming into conflict, or I should say, my third life is now coming into conflict with my second life. All right. So yeah, if we want to do this, we have to take out 5 more cards. Honestly, I don't think Trickster is all that impressive here. I'm gonna take Tricksters out. All right, yeah, no worries. I have to take out 1 more card. I mean, I'm not sure how good Tidebinder is. Because the thing is, if they get Yawgmoth in play, it's already like kind of really fucked up. I mean, it's definitely possible that like that it is really good if they have like Grist or something and we can use it on that. But I could take out one of these, do something like this. Uh, like Trickster sometimes is okay. Like I don't know, maybe it could be better than this. I don't know how I feel about this though. Hmm. I mean, I maybe like Hexcatcher's not like that good because they are like a Bowmaster deck as well. But it's still, it feels like we might need this card. I don't know, it's really hard for me. I think I'm just gonna try it like this and see how we do. Like the general plan is not different either way. We need to be very aggressive about killing them as fast as possible because the longer the game goes, the more likely they're gonna fucking sandbag, or they're gonna luck sack their way into winning. This is a great hand. We're gonna keep this. Okay, they're doing nothing here. Nothing on turn 1 is a good sign for us. Play the breeding pool, play a Cenote Scout, and hopefully explore into something good. Mistbinder, I think, can stay on top. Actually, we already have 2 lords. We might want a 3rd land, so I'm going to put it in the graveyard. Alright, they're going to surveil here. That makes sense. Getting, like, because a third, like, we probably want to play, like, Mistbinder this turn and then follow it up with, like, either that or maybe Cenote Scout plus Dismember. But there is some possibility of going Mistbinder and then turn 3 play Scout plus something else if we can find a 3rd land. So I'm not sure that having a 3rd Lord right now is the best card to be drawing this turn. Well, they liked whatever was on top, so Okay, well, Ignoble is definitely getting... well, I feel like it has to get dismembered, right? Like, oh, that's also pretty good. Okay, I think Dismember plus Cenote is not bad here. We just need to restrict their mana, and then we can, like, Tide Shaper them next turn. Uh... Alright, what do we got? Alright. Yeah, Trickster, like, it could also be good for that, too. Like, if they play another one, I might do it on their upkeep. Like, if they play Grist, that's not even that good. Oh, fucking Maelstrom Pulse. Alright. That was a pull. Well, it's kind of bad because their mana's, like, pretty fixed here. So... yeah, it's... the good news is we can play 2 different 2-drops next turn. So I guess, like, maybe right now I just want to play, like, Mistbinder, and then next turn I might play, like, Master plus Tide Shaper or something. Or I could just play Trickster at the end of their turn. Like, that's also an option. Let's see what they do here. That's also really good. Okay. That makes me more inclined to hold this back and just hardcast it when they, like, go to play, like, Yawgmoth. They're going to play Orcish Bowmasters. I think I just Subtlety this, right? Like, if I, like, I'm not going to give them... yeah, we're just doing this. What are they going to do? Put it back on top? Like, that's not going to actually help them now. They put it on the bottom. Yeah, exactly. I knew you were going to do that. This is good. Okay. So they're at 3 cards left. They have no board, so they get a Dryad Arbor? That is desperate. Okay. You're going to get Grist? Or they got Yawgmoth here. All right. Okay. Honestly, I can just play, like, 2 Lords here. I don't even have to play the Tide Shaper yet. I could, but... like, what are they going to do? Oh, I guess they could, like... if I play... okay, well, I'm definitely going to... they can put 1 -1 counter in something. So, like, they could give this -1. I could just give it Island Walk. They don't have enough creatures to, like, actually, like, threaten me at the moment, so... I think I need to play Master the Pearl Trident first. And then I'm going to cast the Tide Shaper so that they don't have a window in order to kill it right now. I guess I just turn off this, right? Because that easily fixes their mana. Yeah, they only have 1 creature to sacrifice here, so they can't actually, like, start killing my stuff. And now I get to attack them for 6 damage, which even further pressures their life total, so it's going to be very hard for them to do stuff. And if I untap, like, I play 2 more Lords, and it's very likely I'm just killing them. Like, I don't know what their last 3 cards are, but they have to probably be pretty good in order to survive this. So, like, they go to 6, and, like, we have lethal on board here, so they're going to have to start throwing away resources to not die. So let's see what they can come up with. Halfling, that's not going to do anything. That is actually... all it is just a creature to, like, throw away to Yawgmoth. Are they going to cord? Okay, you get for 2. What are we finding? Okay, so that's going to cost them a fair bit of their life here, right? Like, they can't do this forever because, like, the subtlety's going to kill them. Like, I don't... do they, like... yeah, well, what is their plan? They have to kill the Tide Shaper, too. Like, they don't have enough life to actually, like, get out of this, I think. They can keep making enough creatures, but I don't think it's going to matter. Okay, but how do you, like, not die to Subtlety here? I'm just going to play 2 more Lords and, like, you're still dead. It seems like that, right? Okay, what is the point of doing this now? It still has flying, like, it's still gonna kill you. I don't think this line works. Now you have 2 life. You can't actually kill the Tide Shaper, and you really need to do that in order to not die here. You have to kill the Subtlety and the Tide Shaper. Okay. It's still a 1/1 flying, and you're at 1, so are you just gonna kill yourself now? Like, how are you choosing to die? Go out with honor. Kill yourself. Do it very poetically. Kill Subtlety and subtly kill yourself. I feel like opponent is just realizing right now that this doesn't work. They don't have a blocker for this. Like endurance like even wouldn't be enough here. Yeah, whoops. Okay, well, I mean, it looks like I can't, like, do they have Slaughter Pact or something in their deck? Because otherwise they're just dead. And, like, actually, even Slaughter Pact would not be enough because they'd have to have, like, 2 of them. Because they don't know we have Lord of Atlantis, so, yeah. Alright, we win. We beat Yawgmoth. Alright, that was cool. See? They had a really, really slow game, so... Alright, we get to be on the play. Excellent. I mean, this looks like a decent hand. We have, like, some creatures and some stuff to do, so let's do it. I'm going to lead off in the breeding pool, so that way, if we don't play anything next turn, we have the option of playing all 3 of these cards, and if we play Cavern of Souls in turn 2, it's less obvious that we have something to flash in or use, like, the blue mana for. But if we play the breeding pool in turn 2, untapped, and we just, like, pass, then they know something is up, so... we're going to lead off on the breeding pool into Vial. That's the plan. Okay. I would love to pay 2 life for this. Alright. Opponent, what do you got? They mulled to 6 here, so... Windswept Heath? Okay. What are we doing here? Temple Garden... Elfish Reclaimer. That's probably not a good sign. Okay. Merfolk. I will just pass the turn to them, I think. See what they do. Like, if for whatever reason they attack with Reclaimer, like, foolishly, then we can just kill it with the speakers. Yeah, speaker and then flashing like Hexcatcher will be absolutely enough for this. Planes, okay. What are we doing? Oh, Pure Steel Paladin, okay. I don't think I expected to see both of these cards in the same deck together. Alright, well. Let's get Speaker out, and I guess this is a good turn to get Hexcatcher out. They don't have any artifacts here at the moment, so this is probably fine. Sure. I guess we can attack with the speaker, and yeah, then we'll just play another one post combat. I think I'm going to cast it off of this just to keep up the illusion. Maybe I have another Merfolk to cast with this Cavern. Yeah, I'm not. I don't know. Like, I haven't seen the list that plays these two together, so I assume the Spell Pierce is going to be relevant here, and I assume the Trickster is probably important, but not sure how yet. Sigarda's Aid is exactly what I want to be counterspelling. Yeah, fuck that. Okay. They need 3 equipments in order to be able to do this. So I'm just going to keep the Trickster in hand for right now. I don't think there's any benefit to playing it at the moment. Cenote's not bad. Just attack for 6, and then... I mean, we should probably have them pretty close to dead next turn, so... I don't feel like they would have played this hammer if they had another Sigarda's Aid in their hand here, so... same deal. I'll just play the Cenote Scout. Spell Pierce I will put into the graveyard. We are not at the point where a second one of those is going to help. Springleaf Drum is a... Alright, so if they put a third equipment into play, that's when I have to be concerned. Or if they put a third artifact in. Yeah. Yeah, we're not going to let them equip the hammer. We're just going to attack with so much stuff that they have to, like, block and die. Surge of Salvation. How exactly does this help them again? Like, this taps them out, doesn't it? Like, they're going to have 2 blockers, so we're still attacking them for 7, correct? They have 2 cards left. Like, this doesn't actually, like, do anything. They can equip to 1 creature, but they still die? I don't think I need to sacrifice anything to, like, this isn't... It's already tapped, right? So, okay. They're only at 7. Like, what's going to happen here? They Sure, you can attack me with this thing. How is that going to help? It's not going to kill me. Yeah, we win. That's what I thought was going to happen. Okay. All right. Well, Yeah, neat. Okay. So, next thing. So we want, this is definitely where we want, like, pick your poison. Very good. Spell Pierce is, like, not bad. Um, Honestly, like, most of our cards are pretty good here. Like, Tide Shaper and Spreading Seas are all fine. Dismember is also probably important. They do have protective spells, but, like, what are you going to do? I'm going to take out Tidebinders, I think. Um, I don't know if Hexcatcher is that amazing against this deck. Maybe take out one Spell Pierce. Alright, let's try it like this. Well, I mean, this seems like this is probably going to work, because whatever they do on turn one, we can just undo it, so. I think we're just getting Island with this, or if they play, like, Sigarda's Aid in turn one, we can just, yeah, get rid of it. We can, whatever they, if they play a creature, like, they've mulled to 6, so if they play a creature, I'm just dismembering it, and if they play anything, if they play, like, Sigarda's Aid, I'm picking the poison to make them get rid of it. They have gone to 5. Yeah, like, this is going to be a slam dunk. I can feel it. We've got this one. Okay, they kept 5, so what are we doing here? Okay. Maybe, like, Esper Sentinel. Oh, Sigarda's 8. Okay, yeah. I was going to say, Esper Sentinel's probably the best thing they could play this turn, but that's not going to do it. All right. Goodbye. Not today, Satan. All right, there's Stoneforge Mystic. It's going to get probably Cauldron Complete, I imagine. Okay. I'd probably just dismember Stoneforge Mystic and let them get stuck with the Cauldron in their hand, so sure. If they play another creature, I'm just going to dismember it, so. They got Shadow Spear. Okay. Okay, if they get a tapped land here, then I might use the, no. Interesting. So they might actually have a Surge to protect the Stoneforge right now. I feel like it's probably not safe to cast Dismember just yet, so I'm not going to do this right now. We will just get the Breeding Pool tapped and see what we draw. All right, Cenote. Okay. I think what do I want to do here? I could just play like Cenote and Mistbinder and then see where we go from there. Like, if they play Cauldron Complete, like it's gonna suck. Well, yeah, it's not gonna be great, but it's only see, like, if I hit this right now and they have like the protection spell for it, that's really bad. Okay, I feel like before I do anything, I should cast Cenote and see what's gonna happen. Merfolk Trickster, I want on top. Alright, and then I will just play this guy. I'm gonna take some damage off of Cauldron, but then I have the option to Trickster it, and then if they try to protect it, then I can Dismember it. Like, we have a solid plan here. Like, yeah, them fetching here for this plane's like made it a little bit harder, but it's alright. We can afford to fuck around with our life total a little bit. The Cauldron is beatable. We're gonna go to probably like 2. But it's fine, I think. There's the Shadow Spear. Okay. Okay, well, they can't equip it to Cauldron, right? They need 2 mana for that, so... Alright, I'm gonna take 5. They know I have the Trickster coming up, so... They only have 1 card left, though, so... Like, Trickster's gonna tap this thing... And then, yeah, so I will have a blocker for Stoneforge attacking me. Because, yeah, I'm gonna take... it's gonna cost me 5 life to cast this, so... If they like go to equip Shadow Spear onto this, like I can still block it with Trickster. It'll be a 3/3. So yeah, Trickster will tap this, then they surge in response, and then yeah, just Dismember it and then kill it. And hopefully that puts the game away. Let's see what they do here. I mean, a good line might have been to try to Trickster this in their upkeep before they drew a card. Yeah, I should have put the stop there for that, because then we know what their last card probably was, so... Well, they kind of went all in on this plan, so... Now, yeah, they have nothing. Like, Stoneforge doesn't do anything by itself. And they don't even have, like, the Shadow Spear onto Stoneforge plan here. Okay, they have, like... I guess, though, they can still equip it to it. I can force them to block, though. It's only a 2/3, and I have a 3/3, so yeah. Well, this is just coming up roses for us. They have to block or they die, so... Yeah, it's like... They're at 1 here, and I have a board that just kills them no matter what they do, so... Inkmoth can't actually hurt me. Okay, you can gain some life back, but it's not going to actually like be enough. Yeah, the plains is not going to do it. Yeah, I have 2 poison. That doesn't actually, like, kill me. Okay, there we go. We just beat the Hammer Time deck, so that was pretty awesome. Alright, on the play. Yeah, let's go. Crunchy fish crunches. That's what we want to see. So the Spell Pierce isn't doing much, but we get Vial and we have like a bunch of fishies. I guess we keep this. Like, we can draw an island at some point to cast it. I mean, this is fine. We're just gonna go like Vial, Lord, and then 2 Lords. Do our thing and hope for the best. I am very much liking this style of this deck. Spell Pierce is a little bit awkward in this hand, but, you know, sometimes it's just going to be like that. Most of the time, it's not going to be a problem. And the thing is, most of the decks don't expect us to have Spell Pierce. They're looking for, like, Force of Negation, so they're going to feel a lot safer with a lot of things most of the time. Spell Pierce is just actually a lot better against a lot of decks, so... Alright, Marsh Flats, this might be another Hammer deck. They know that we have, like, Vodalian Hexcatcher, but they also know that it's only 1, whereas Spell Pierce is going to be 2, so... Yikes, that's not exactly ideal. Alright, Merfolk. I mean, this could be like a Bowmaster deck. I don't know. I might not play the Hexcatcher here. It depends on what they do. I don't want to run out like Master of the Pearl Trident into like Fatal Push here, so I would rather wait until I have a better idea what's going on. Yeah, like, this looks like maybe this could be like a scam deck or something. There's a Thoughtseize that they just got rid of, so... I guess it depends what they do. If they don't play anything, I'm going to assume they have Bowmasters, and I'm not going to play Hexcatcher. Voidwalker's fine. That means we can safely play Hexy. So this looks like this is probably scam. If we can find that island, the Spell Pierce will be great. Like, that's probably the ideal way that this turn goes. I thought I clicked yes. Come on. Close. Alright, well, we gotta put as many fish out as we can. Well, they can't, like, block, so we may as well just put this out and get in. And I might tick this up to 3, depending on what happens. I don't know. They might just, like, play Kiki or Fable of the Mirror Breaker, I mean, so... A non-token creature. Alright, goodbye, Hexcatcher. I don't actually care this much about this. Like, they're gonna, like, yeah, they take Tidebinder. They know we have Spell Pierces that we can't cast yet, so... And at this point, if they, like, take these away with Grief, it doesn't really matter. But, we're winning this race by a lot right now. They're going to 6, and there's not a whole lot they can really do about it. I guess they can play Tidebinder, right? They could play Hexcatcher. That doesn't do anything. They should play Tidebinder. Okay. There's nothing to counter with this, so I guess if we draw Tideshaper, that would be the tits. Or just, like, another Lord would be great. It's not exactly what I want here, because now, like, this actually walls us off a little bit. Like, if I attack into this, we're not really doing anything. I don't feel like playing this Aether Vial is actually doing anything either. Even if we had a Lord, they would still block anyway, so... I have to just pretend that we, like, found a Trickster or something. Like, if they play Grief, it doesn't really matter. That actually matters a little bit. Now we actually kind of need to find Tide Shaper. Ooh, alright. Yeah. I probably needed to do that in their upkeep before that became a thing, so... I guess I'm gonna see if they attack, and then maybe I can, like, Trickster and taps them out, hopefully. Okay, sure. Interesting. What does this mean? Do they have, like, Bowmasters or something? I'm willing to take some damage if it means I get to hurt them a lot. Like, if they Fatal Push a Lord here, it doesn't stop Ragavan from dying. Like, we're kind of stuck here in just, like, bad cards while they kind of have good stuff going on. I mean, it's not hopeless yet. Like, we actually are still not... Like, if the rest of their hand is not, like, terribly impressive, we still, like, could win. Orcish Bowmasters, okay, sure. I mean, I guess that's fine. What do we got? Yeah, alright. We're probably going to have to make some trades here. So we're basically at 6 life right now, so Mistbinder blocks here, then I take 3, 4, 5, potentially. So I guess I have to attack with everything and hope they don't have removal. I still don't know what this card is, but I mean, they have every reason to believe that it's not relevant, so... Basically, I have to block Shieldred with this and then somehow find a way. If they have, like, a Fatal Push, we die. Looks like they don't, though. Interesting. So I just block here. I can take 4, go to 4, and then I'm still alive. This is sort of okay. Like, another Bowmasters is bad, but... Like, what are we gonna do? Like, we can't do anything about that. If they have a Bowmasters, they have a Bowmasters. Like, I'm gonna die in 2 turns anyway. Like, my only hope here is to draw another Trickster. Sure. Yeah, like, this doesn't matter. I can attack with everything, and yeah, this is just gonna kill me on my upkeep, so dead. Like, we had, like, 3 kind of irrelevant draws there, and they, like, they had exactly what they think they needed in order to get through it, so, yeah, we did what we could. Alright, I think I want Dismember. Probably, like, these cards are good. I don't think Tidebinder is, like, all that impressive, and I don't think Hexcatcher is very good either. Spell Pierce can be okay, I think. I don't think, yeah, like, not all these cards are all that good, but I think it's worth keeping a couple. Maybe just get rid of, like, a Kumena Speaker. Or like a Tide Shaper, probably. Yeah, these are not like amazing. It does 1-for-1 with their removal, which is kind of nice. Alright, I think I'm going to do it like this. Thing is, we can get Kumena's Speaker up to a 2-2 a lot easier. Sure, I guess we're keeping this. They have mulled to 6. Alright. I think we did what we could with that game. Like, our hand wasn't really set up to beat them, but, like, we still made a pretty good shot at it, so... Alright. If they scam us, they scam us. Like, this is the direction that Wizards of the Coast thinks that, like, Modern should go in, so... If we have a non-game, we have a non-game. Yeah, whatever. Sure. You know, I could have subtletied that, I guess. Like, I don't know. I don't really like using subtlety, like, on turn 1. It felt like, even, yeah, I don't know. It's so bad, because we're losing 2 cards anyway, and literally, like, all it costs them is having 1 more black card, and then they're still going to get it anyway, and it's like, what do we save ourselves? Not a whole lot, really. And this, like, honestly, we're probably okay with, like, whatever they let us keep regardless. Okay, well, we don't need to worry about this now. Probably just going to cast Trickster on this thing. Hope they don't have any removal. I don't want them to know I just drew Sanctum yet, so... I just have to Trickster it this turn, and then play Lord, and hope we just draw more creatures. Like, if they just have this backed up by a bunch of removal, that's not a hand we were ever beating anyway, so... It sucks if that's what happens. Sure. So we get Bowmasters going on. It looks like we might. Oh, fuck. Okay, Molten Collapse. Like, yeah, like, I'm not beating that. Like, no, we're dead. Like, we're not fucking defeating this. We'll just give up. We have 1 creature left against them, just, like, scamming us into removal. So, like, sure, fine. We at least tried game 1. Like, we just didn't have the draws, I think, to make game 1 work out. But I don't know, like, some percent of the time, like, you know, game 2s are just like that are just going to happen. It's like, I think that's why Grief probably should have been the card to get banned over Fury, to be honest. Because there are ways to, like, you know, kind of counteract Fury, but, like, I don't know, there's no Force of Will in this format that stops you from getting, like, you know, double unmasked. It's fucking stupid. At least if they, like, Fury on turn 1, you can always, you know, dismember it. Yeah, I guess, like, Scam is just, like, I don't know, it's just like that for me. But we beat Yawgmoth at least, that's a plus. Yeah, the Subtlety I don't think was ever beating their hand here. Well, we're on a mulligan in this. Like, their hand was obviously, like, super stacked regardless, so... It's really... I don't think Subtlety is anywhere close to Force of Will. Like, not even a little bit. All it does is just set it back 1 turn, and, like, we still don't have a good answer for it when they do it on turn 2. We have pitched 2 cards, and then they're going to do it on turn 2 and take 2 more cards. Just get rid of this extra vial. Alright. I mean, this is at least a promising start. Oh god, not again. Please, no. Of course. Like, it's got to be, right? Okay, well, this is probably scam again, but yeah, like this guy is kind of a pain in the ass. He's like really powerful. All right, we gotta just like race this thing. Sure. I guess. You know, maybe I was supposed to play the other one right there, but they might get the idea to Bowmasters it. Oh, is this like Jund? What are we doing here? You attack, you can discard if you... Oh, God. Oh, that's awful. Okay. So this thing is just going to continue to be a problem here. So, like, is this like Death Shadow? Like, I could trade both of these 1/1s versus this, but this is just going to keep getting worse. I think maybe I'm supposed to just take this and just attack them back. I don't know, like if I double block, then it's going to kill both of my creatures, and I don't have a way to like come back from that. Whereas if I draw like another Lord right now, I actually like am in very good shape to kill them here. Uh, all right. All right. I mean, they're at 7. Like, yeah, Island Walk just kills them here, so... Why are you playing this deck, Lord out deck? I don't under... I don't understand what you mean. The Simic Lord out deck. Oh, well, TuxDev recommended it to me, and it looked like it was pretty fun, so... Okay, Island Walk just kills them, I think. Or a Trickster might also do the job here, so... Well, let's see. If I attack with all 4 things, they don't actually die here. They only have 1 card left. Like, I feel like they're not going to kill me, so I may as well just play this Cenote Scout. Yeah, why am I playing the blue crunch thing? Because I feel like this actually, going underneath decks right now is probably a good plan. Alright, well, they know I have this, so... I'm just trying to make attacking for them, like, really dangerous. Like, if they attack with Death Shadow, like, now they're in danger of just potentially dying, so... A lot of the videos, oops, all lords. Yeah, I mean, kinda. Like, that's sort of the plan. Well, really, the thing is, I really want to test out Cenote Scout, and I think this shell of this deck makes this card, like, even better. So, like, I feel like this is probably a one drop that we should probably be playing. It feels like it's actually better than the speaker is. So, I like having something to do on turn one that like doesn't suck, and I feel like this card doesn't suck on turn one. It either gets us closer to the cards that we want, or it just draws us lands, which is like, okay, I would rather not be drawing a land next turn, and having more cards in hand is probably fine. But also, yeah, if it draws you the land, it still doesn't trigger Bowmasters, which is nice. I am not sure if I'm going to play this SCG Con yet. I'm still trying to test this out to see if this is what I want to do. But I mean, so far I like it. Okay, are you going to discard your only card? Yeah, they did actually. Grief. Okay. It gets trample until end of turn. They can play a... Well, no, if they want to play the Grief, they have to actually, like, crack the Polluted Delta, so... Are they, like, dead? They can block... they're really close, yeah, it's super close. Again, Island Walker Trickster just ruins them, and they have to, like, go to 5 in order to play the Grief, so... It's super close. The Lord is not quite enough. They would only take 4 and not be quite dead. Oh, they're not playing the Grief yet. Interesting. Alright, come on, deck. Help us win right now. You gotta be fucking kidding me. Can I just kill them here? Like, why didn't they play Grief? Because even if they block these 3 things, they still take 6, right? Like, they can't play Grief here. They have no cards in hand, right? They just die? They had to play Grief in order to not die to this attack. Right? None of these... This doesn't have, like, first strike, so... Oh, they're gonna sacrifice this thing, just kill off a creature, I guess. No, okay, so they can block and sacrifice it. Alright. Well, then, yeah, fuck. Okay. Nope, alright, well, then we're just dead. No, they don't die, because this new card actually has text on it. I forgot that this ability was one of the things on it, so... They only take 5 now. They don't have to crack the fetch land in order to do this. And, yeah, we're dead. See, this is part of the reason we need to, like, practice, because we need to, like, know what kind of nonsense we're up against here. I don't know how good Spell Pierce is going to be. And I don't like Hexcatcher versus these decks. I don't think Tidebinder is going to be that great. Island Walk does feel good against them. It's close. But we do have the Spreading Seas for this too. Maybe we just get rid of 2 speakers here. Damn it. We had like so many like chances to just draw like killing them, and we just could not do it. I would love to play first. Sure. Alright, they have mulled to 6. I mean, this hand is probably fine. Alright, what are we doing? Street Wraith. Okay. That's it. They cycled Street Wraith. They did nothing here. Okay. I'm not really inclined to just like let them do stuff with their mana right now. I think I'm just gonna wait until next turn. Like I'll put excuse me. Still getting over being sick. I'll just put Cenote Scout out this turn and then follow it up with 2 Lords, and that should be good. Sure. One of them is fine. Yeah, Spell Pierce has to go in the graveyard right now because we can't cast it, so. Interesting. I don't really want to start attacking them just yet. So I guess I just play another Cenote Scout here. Merfolk Mistbinder, I think, can stay on top. It's going to give us enough pressure to probably just get through this. And honestly, like, we might Subtlety whatever they're going to do next, so. Death Shadow as a 1/1 is not really that scary right now. Like, I don't really care if it attacks me here. Grief, huh? Yeah, see, this is where it's probably worth using Subtlety on this. And then we Vial in Master, and then next turn we put in Master plus Mistbinder, so. It might have technically been correct. I don't know, it's close. Like, maybe. I don't think Maelstrom Pulse is something we have to be worried about, but you never know, so. It's also just as possible that they end up, like, playing a Merfolk that Lord pumps up somehow, so with Voidwalker or something, so you never know. Like, I'm not blocking a shadow if it attacks here. Okay, they had a lightning bolt, sure, that's fine. They put the grief on the bottom of their deck. Well, they know we have this, so we may as well just cast it. Let's see. This thing is going to become way bigger, and we don't actually have a way to kill them yet, so attacking is not going to do us any good. But I don't want to keep the Mistbinder in hand just in case they, like, do cast another grief or something. Or Thoughtseize, for that matter. Sure. But this also keeps us, like, open, so if we draw, like, Trickster, then they might just die from that. They only have 2 cards, so let's see what they are. I'm not fucking blocking this, no. You can make it as big as you want. It does not scare me. You're signing your own death warrant. Oh, fuck. Please don't have Maelstrom Pulse. That would just... I would, like, actually just cry. Maybe, like, engineered explosives on 1. That could be. Okay. We win. Alright, got there. Their last card was not removal, so... Okay, so now they've seen Spell Pierce and they've seen Subtlety, so they might actually be a little bit more afraid of them now. Do we change our strategy at all here? Well, Chalice is not stupid, but at the same time, they do have, I think, Molten Collapse to get rid of it. So it's probably not worth it. I think we just, like, kind of... I could, like, see maybe taking away, like, a Spell Pierce, but... You know, it's hard to say what's going to be correct. I think we're just running this back and just hoping for this to go well, so... I mean... This is probably, like, fine. I don't think we can mulligan. Like, I don't really care to have 4 mana sources, but I would probably have to keep this on 6, so... Yeah, that's annoying. That's pretty good. It does give us something to do with Vial next turn, so... we can catch up a fair bit with that now. It's one of the reasons I like this deck is it has more 1-drops in it, so we can actually, like, catch up with the Vial more often. Oh, fuck, that's going to be so hard to race. And this thing is removal on a stick, too, which is annoying. Subtlety feels like it's probably good. Play Island here. Do I want to Scout? I don't know if I play Scout now. So the question is, what do I do about this guy? I can keep this from attacking this turn. I mean, I could do that. I could just tap this on their upkeep, I guess. That seems like that's probably fine. I gotta slow them down a little bit. I hope that their last 3 cards are not that good. See, do we have a land? Yes, okay, so... Oh, this is not looking amazing. Probably gonna play Death Shadow this turn, I think. Uh-huh. No, they no shadow, okay. So what was the point of cracking that? Molten Collapse is a rough one. But we gotta, like, put the Scout in at least. Subtlety, I don't really want to draw another one right now. I kind of want... Uh, it's so hard because, like, I want another land so I can cast the one that I have. I don't want to have to, like, play Lord and, like, pitch one to... it's... I'm going to put it in the graveyard. I don't think that that's what I want to draw this turn. I mean, they can just pump this thing up if they attack, so I can't block it. They reveal... Bloodstain Mire. Alright, well, at least there's nothing, like, that bad. But we're taking a boatload of damage here. Though they don't seem to have Death Shadow, because I think they would have fetched and, like, shocked themselves if they did. See, that actually is pretty good here. Okay. We have to just assume that they have, like, nothing. Draw a land, please. Dismember? Oh, fuck. I'm gonna take like 8 damage this turn. I can't actually cast it, so I have to put it in the graveyard. So I'm just attacking with this. I have to try to kill them. I don't think I can... Yeah, I can't, like, realistically... Okay, a Marsh Flats is fine. I can't realistically, like, cast Dismember, I don't think. Like, my odds of beating them are much better if they just, like, don't have a removal spell. What card? Bloodstain Mire they revealed. Okay. So, like, if they don't have a removal spell, then I just win, right? So I'm just gonna hope for that. A Death Shadow? Okay, well, if we find Trickster or Island Walk, we win. That's not gonna do it. Fuck. Well, I'd be at 4. Like, oh shit! Yeah, you're right. I fucked up. I totally had. I could have just Subtlety Death Shadow. Why did I not do that? I should have won that game. I deserve to lose. All right, that one's on me. I'm just not thinking about it. I threw that game away. Fuck. I totally forgot about Subtlety. This is just me getting over being sick. I'm just not, like, there yet, but I'm not going to have time this week because this is, like, the busiest week of the year for me. So, like, it's either I stream today or we're not going to get a stream for, like, another 7 days at least. So, oh well. The important thing is that the deck proves that it functions. So, like, the deck at least was there for us. So we know that it works. Even if I can't, like, push it over the finish line. It gave us what we needed, and I just, like, ignored it. Yeah, oh well. Whoopsies. Alright, let's see. We're on the draw. This is fine, I guess. It's like another, like... It's not, like, a super impressive hand or anything, but they've mulled to 6. Alright. So... We'll see. Like, Spell Pierce could be relevant. I swear to God, if this is another fucking, like, Rakdos deck, I'm gonna just, like, lose my shit. I am so over Rakdos just being, like, the best thing to do right now. Oh, it's Tron. Okay, well, being that this is Tron and they didn't play a map this turn, they either have natural Tron or they're probably just gonna cast a Sylvan Scrying this turn or something like, or like Ancient Stirrings. In either case, Spell Pierce is gonna be better than Vial, so I need to just Spell Pierce whatever they're doing right now. Yeah, yeah, we're not doing that. They had to have just drawn this, right? Or they would have did this last turn. I mean, it's also possible they just had Natty Tron, so... Alright, let's see if Spell Pierce keeps us alive for another turn. Of course. Never do they not have it. Sure, I guess. Uh, I hope they get Ensnaring Bridge so I can just Spell Pierce it. Because they probably only have one to get with it, so... If I Spell Pierce... Like, they'll expect me to Force of Negate it, maybe, but they're not going to expect it to end up in the actual graveyard where Karn can't find it again, so... Like, Bridge is definitely, like, the best thing they could get that we can deal with at the moment. And in order to, like, fight from here, we need to find, like, Tide Shaper, probably. They got Worm Coil Engine. That's not good. Great. Well, Tron just stole this one, so what are we gonna do? I mean, they have natural Tron, like, through... Yeah, like, they have natural Tron. Like, we're not beating it. We don't have our Tide Shaper here. Yeah, that's not really worth Spell Piercing either. Alright, look, this game's over. They have 10 mana here, like, I have nothing to fight them with, so, yeah. Okay, so what do we not need here? Trickster is not really important. And, I think... Yeah, the speed run. So, I think probably just get rid of, like, a Kumena Speaker or, like, a Mistbinder. Probably Mistbinder, like... Everything else is, like, fine. This is also a deck where we could consider some number of these. So making them sacrifice, like, Bridge is actually not that bad. I could bring in, like, a couple of these. Sure, we have Spreading Seas here. Alright. This is probably fine. They mulled a 6 again, so... But this time we are better prepared for them, so... Alright, let's go. They're keeping 6. Alright, let's start off with Speaker. Sure. Okay. That's fine. Let's get our clock going, boy. And then next turn, hopefully we can draw another land so we can play, like, Seas plus Spell Pierce. Or also, possibly just Lord plus Spell Pierce might be enough. Depends. Like, if they... Like, Sylvan Scrying is okay if they do that right now. No, they just played Expedition Map. Okay, that's not very good. Okay, like, that was a pretty poor turn from them, because they're not going to have turn 3 Tron. Or not, like, anything significant to do with it here, so... Okay, so, like... What can they do here? They... Unless they naturally have Tron, like, I'm not in actually any danger. Yeah, but they could... I mean, I do have Subtlety as a backup plan in case they find something here. So, like, I could just play Master, attack them for 7, and then, like... I just kill them and I have Subtlety, like, in case they do anything. So I kind of like that plan. Even if they have Natural Tron, like, they're still just going to die. So yeah, we have lethal in play, and like, even if they just naturally like have Tron into like Karn or something, like Subtlety still probably just wins the game. Oh, this is so bad for them. If this is what they're resorting to, then they've already lost. Like, there's nothing they can do here for 3 mana that's going to be relevant. Oblivion Stone is not going to save you. You are dead. Can you, like, not do the math? Yeah, okay. That's what I fucking thought. All right. Uh, yeah, all right. Just run it back. That's it. I mean, I feel like they got like an incredibly good hand in game one, but their hand in game two kind of sucked. So I guess we're just hoping for another game two situation. Yes, the combination of Pierce, Seize, and Subtlety was really good there. Gave us a bunch of flexible options. But also having one drops plus lords to attack with, yeah, that was also very good. Okay, so I have to keep this because I have like the Cenote Scout. So I go Vial and probably Tide Shape them. Hopefully find a land for the Spell Pierce with the Scouts. I mean, yeah, this is probably fine. Let's hope. They mull to 6, so we're gonna keep 7. So them mulling to 6 is always good. Come on, go to 5. Let's go, please. Make my life that much easier. They have kept 6 cards. They are just playing a turn 1 Chromatic Sphere, which is probably fine for us. Alright, Cavern of Souls, Merfolk. I have to get this Vial online right now, or there's no chance that we're going to come back from this. Lord was a pretty good pickup, though. We really are looking for Cenote Scout to find us, or to put this Spell Pierce online. That would be very nice. Tower, Sylvan Scrying. They have mine online for next turn. I should actually like pause here so I can scout to see what I draw first. Master of the Pearl Trident. I actually don't think that's what I want right now. I think I would prefer to have the blue source. That's not actually better. Alright, well, we do what we have to do. Uh-huh. So... Okay. It's always risky, like, making the tower into an island, because that just encourages them to get more towers in play, and if the Tide Shaper ever goes away, then they have more mana. So, like, the power plant might actually be the safer thing to hit here. And I think I might want to use the Scout before I take up Vial, because I really would like to find another land to Spell Pierce with. Well, I guess it doesn't really matter that much. So if I don't know, it's close. Uh, yeah. See, like this is part of the problem because now if they have the Dismember, I can't stop it. They're gonna have 5 mana here to do whatever they want with. And they just cast Karn probably. Yeah. Well, I guess if they minus it, I can kill this thing by using Lord of Atlantis. Still gonna make my life hard though. I do have Pick Your Poison, like if I can find like a breeding pool or something to cast it. They're only gonna have 1 mana here, so that's at least a plus. They can't use whatever they're gonna get, and I can at least get rid of the Karn. They still have 3 cards, so like if they have any more bombs, we're still in some trouble. Like the thing is, we really kind of needed to find that land, and we just haven't found it. Like if I had been able to like spell pierce like this turn, like this probably would have been better. They get Wormcoil Engine. I mean, I guess that's like okay to like pick your poison with, but it's not really like that good. It does take up basically their whole turn to do it, so. I have to play the Lord of Atlantis basically in order to kill this thing, so there's no point taking up the vial because I'm going to want to use Cenote Scout with the vial then. This does give us a chance to draw the land, and then we can have Tidebinder on for next turn. Fuck. All right. Again, I think that I need this in the graveyard because, like, I don't think that casting Hexcatcher is actually going to do anything for us right now. It's not the card that's going to fix this game. Like, I need, like, another Tide Shaper or, like, an island so that, like, the Spreading Seas does a thing. Or, I mean, that Spell Pierce does a thing. Or, like, I have lands I can cast Tide Shaper at least. Or even, like, making them sacrifice to Wormcoil would be better. All right. I need like if they have Ugin here, we're bad. That's not good. They can just kill everything. Yeah. Well, that's unfortunate. I guess Tide Shaper is the best thing I can draw this turn. Oh, I can cast nothing, so we're just gonna lose this game now. Like this is another reason, like finding the land for Spell Pierce like would have been very helpful against the Oblivions. Well, I could have delayed it, I guess. I don't know. yeah, like there's not like a whole lot of winning and with whatever's going on here. So yeah, I don't know. This is all it's rough. These pick your poisons are like so bad with double Cavern of Souls. Like we have 14 lands that like are not Cavern of Souls in this deck, and this is what we're stuck with here. Sure. I mean, I guess they just it's nothing really that like is yeah, we're just lost here. I don't think we can come back from this. Like it seems extremely unlikely. This is too hard. Yeah, well, their Tron game is a little bit strong in game 3. Like having Tron in turn 3 plus the Dismember was just a little bit much. And we could not get our Spell Pierce online, so what are you gonna do? We yeah, we like out of our lands here. Oh, look, it's a little bit late for this now. I guess I'm playing it. Yeah, I guess it's technically not over, but it's not like great. Yeah. All right. This is me pretending that there's still any game left to be fought. That's not exactly what I want to be doing right now versus this 6/6. I mean, I can throw away a scout in front of it, I guess. I guess let's get rid of Karn before they find another Dismember. Alright, I mean, if I play this breeding pool and make them sacrifice, they're just going to get rid of the Stone Brain. I am forced to chump block this with Cenote Scout. And then I can potentially cast this other one next turn. And then they have to sacrifice this, and then they only have 2 3/3s. Which I can block and kill one of them. It's not going to be an easy road, but like let's pretend that there's a path. All right. All right. Okay. And if they cast basically anything, I have to just use Subtlety on it. They did sacrifice Wormcoil. I'm surprised. I didn't think that's where this was going. I thought for sure they would sacrifice Stonebrain. Now I'm kind of wondering if I cast this one, if they're going to not know that they can have that to throw away. I mean, I guess if they have Dismember, like, I'm not beating Dismember anyway, so it doesn't really matter. Like, that was going to be the case either way. Okay. They're just looking for cards to play, I guess. I mean, I can trade the Tidebinder with one of these 3/3s and potentially Subtlety with the other one next turn if they don't cast anything now. So, like, there's still a path. It's not impossible, but it's closing in. What are they doing? Why? Why would they do this? What are they hoping to, like, take away from me that's going to matter right now? They named Tishana's Tidebinder. Okay. All right. So, like, explain to me why this matters. They didn't attack? What? What are you, why? You're in such a commanding position. You have to attack, right? Like, not attacking is just ridiculous. Oh, the opponent says, I hate this client. Uh yeah. Alright, I guess I just make them sacrifice one of these things. I keep forgetting I don't have to target. It doesn't target an opponent. Alright, well, the worm token can be blocked by the Tidebinder. We're still somehow not dead, but we really should be. Oh, fuck. Are we gonna, like... Is this gonna be, like, the miraculous, like, come from behind victory? Like, is it possible? Sure. That doesn't do anything. I don't really care what you find with Expedition Map at this point. If they don't cast a thing this turn, I actually could win. Like, Subtlety could be enough to, like, turn this around for us. Okay, the Talisman doesn't do anything either, so I'm not worried about that. Sylvan Scrying for another land. Okay. You have all the lands. They got Beseiju. Okay, but, like, why? Beseiju is not doing anything. Alright, here we go. The path starts here. Get in there. 30 turn clock, baby. Okay, so they're going to get another land. They got another Urza's Tower, so the mine is still the vulnerable card in theory. So if we find, like, Spreading Seas, we want to hit mine. The One Ring? I mean, I can make them tap to like a tower and a mine here. I guess I should like use at least one spell pierce in this. No, actually, I should just let them draw whatever they're gonna draw off of it. Yeah, it's not really gonna help me to pierce anything at the moment. Because right now, if they like do draw a Karn or something, it's still possible to do something about it. All right, more lands, please. Draw more lands, and nothing else. So like yeah, right now if they cast Karn and I double spell pierce it, like I can actually beat this. I mean, we're probably just down to casting Subtlety, so I think we want to draw a 1-drop this turn. Oh, should have played the tower first. 7 mana wasn't enough to beat 2 spell pierces. I mean, I guess I can play this. Attacking they have protection this turn, so I can't deal any damage. However, they will take a damage off of the ring, so I mean, we probably just need to keep drawing subtleties. Karn, the Great Creator. I definitely have to subtlety here. Okay, is that all you have? Looks like, nope, they play a mine, pass turn. Okay, come on, deck. What do we got, deck? They have protection from Spreading Seas right now, so we need to draw like Spreading Seas into Spreading Seas in order to shut this shit down. Tall Order. Kumena Speaker's probably not going to do it. They did, however, put Karn on top of their deck, which makes sense, so... Alright. Nothing I can do about it. They have a Karn. They can probably just get, like, Walking Ballista and win the game, so... What are we gonna do? Like, this is the best we have. We should have lost this match, like, many rounds ago, but... or many turns ago, I mean, but, you know. Cityscape Leveler is a pretty good one. Yeah, that'll do it. Yeah, you know. Alright, what do I want? Like, Trickster, I guess? I don't actually know what like helps us anymore. This thing is going to annihilate us. Like, actually annihilate us. It's gonna blow up stuff when it attacks. It's a little bit late for that, isn't it? Alright, we lose. No, like, we tried really hard. We like, gave it a college try, so... I mean, realistically, the deck was 3-2, but, like, I just punted round 4 for no apparent reason, so... I mean, what, we lost a Tron, and, like, that kind of came down more to just, like, the luck of the draw than anything else. Like, they like, really just Troned us very hard in game 1, and, game 3, just, like, we just could not find, you know, we couldn't get our shit online fast enough, so... I mean, that happens, but I mean, overall, like, I still feel like this deck has got a lot of game to it. We beat Yawgmoth and Hammer, which was actually surprising. Because, like, those are decks that I feel like typically we'd have a very hard time against, and I think that being very aggressive against them and having support with stuff like Pick Your Poison, especially against Hammer, was very good, so... yeah, this is probably the style of deck that we want in order to fight that sort of thing. The only, like, I'm not entirely convinced that, like, I like Tishana's Tidebinder that much in this deck. It just feels like it's more of, like, a supporting card for decks like Tron in order to shut down Planeswalkers when a game goes longer. But really, like, yeah, it's probably fine as a 3 of. I mean, the rest is pretty okay. Like, the Spell Pierce was a little bit weird because we have, like, 14 of our 18 lands make blue, and, like, you know, at some point we found, like, just 2 Cavern of Souls instead of, like, any of other lands. Like, that's just gonna happen. Some, like, it's not common, and I'm like, the statistically 14, like, blue sources should be more than enough for this, but we just kind of got, like, the bad end of the dice roll in that one. So I still feel like the Spell Pierces overall were, like, very helpful in this build, so... And I also still like Cenote Scout because I feel like it gives us the ability to dig for what we need. Like, it makes our vials on 1 a lot better. You know, it makes us a little bit more aggressive. So I'm still leaning towards playing a deck like this. And I'm still thinking that we probably want to keep, like, the Chalices here. We haven't played, like, the Cascade decks in a while, so I don't know. Like, they're supposedly really good right now, but we haven't seen them. But I still want to be prepared for it, so... Tidebinder, Hexcatcher, Chalice, and Spell Pierce are all fantastic, like, to deal with that, so I don't really want to touch them too much, but I think, like, overall, like, this still feels like this is performing the way that it's supposed to, so I don't really have anything bad to say about it. It's just probably just need to, like, get a little bit more practice in and probably play a match on a day when I'm not, like, coming off being sick for, like, the last 3 days, so you know, that's just how it be sometimes. But you know what, chat? I appreciate that you were here today. It means a lot to me. You know, I know that most of my audience likes me to play Merfolk in my channel, so I'm giving the people what they want finally. So you gotta go and watch the replay and give it a thumbs up on the YouTube channel, okay? That's where, like, the real fans go to, like, prove their loyalty. Yeah. That's really, that's it means a lot, like, seriously. I super appreciate it. Oops, hold on a second. I'm trying to find my link tree thing because I'm going to post it in the chat here so it shows up. Yeah. Yeah, like, here we go. Here's all the, yeah, the link tree is, like, all the places you can find me on all the different things that I do, so. Yeah, otherwise, I will see you again. It might be, well, probably a little more than a week from now, but we're definitely going to get some more practice in before Philly comes around, because I still need to figure out exactly what I'm playing, so it's probably going to be something like this. Like, I definitely want to play Cenote Scout, but maybe we'll take a week and we'll experiment with Moth Dust Changeling. We can try that and see if that's, like, all it's cracked up to be. Yeah, like instead of like playing like Speaker and Merfolk Mistbinders, like maybe we'll just put in like Deeproot Pilgrimage and like Moth Dust Changeling and see how that goes. So yeah, we can have like our mono blue mana base back. But like otherwise, like yeah, that might be a build that's good because especially if we keep like the number of 1-drops high. Cenote Scout's really good with it too. So yeah, so I don't know. If you have a build suggestion you want me to try, you can leave it in the comments on the replay. So there we go. Otherwise, that's all I've got for today. So everybody, thank you for being here. Really, really appreciate it. And I will see you again next time. Take it easy, everybody.